Last section for modern Europe, and this is going to be readings for pages 300 to page 303. So yesterday you should have finished the Reformation, or the other part is the Reformation, and then we stopped here for modern Europe. All right, here we go. Main idea: from the 1600s to the 1800s beyond, new ideas and discoveries helped Europe become a global power. From the 1600s to the 2000s, Europe experienced rapid change. New machines helped economies grow, powerful new weapons, however, made for deadly wars. The Enlightenment. After the Renaissance, educated Europeans turned to science as a way to explain the world. Nicholas Copernicus, a Polish mathematician, concluded that the sun, not the earth, is the center of the universe. An Italian scientist named Galileo Galilei believed that a new knowledge could come from carefully observing and measuring the natural world. These and other ideas sparked a revolution or a sweeping change in the way that people thought. During the scientific revolution, many Europeans relied on reason rather than faith or tradition to guide them. Reason, they believed, could bring both truth and error to light. As a result, the 1700s became known as the Age of Enlightenment. Englishman John Locke was an important Enlightenment thinker. He said that all people have natural rights, including the rights to life, liberty, and property. He also said that when a government does not protect these rights, citizens can overthrow it. The American colonists later used Locke's ideas to support their war for independence from Britain in 1776. Inspired by the American example, the people of France carried out their own political revolution in 1789. They overthrew their king, executed him 3 years later, and set up a republic. The French Republic did not last long. However, a brilliant military leader named Napoleon Bonaparte gained power and made himself emperor. Napoleon was a small man with big ambitions. His armies conquered much of Europe until several countries united to defeat him in 1815. Political revolutions continued to erupt in Europe in the 1800s. By 1900, most countries had responded by limiting the power of rulers and guaranteeing at least some political rights to citizens. Industry and conflict. Meanwhile, an economic revolution was also transforming Europe. The Industrial Revolution began in Britain. As it spread, it changed the way that people across Europe lived and worked. Instead of making goods by hand, people began using machines and building factories. Machines could produce goods faster and at lower cost. People could now afford more things, such as comfortable cotton clothes. Travel improved. 2. Thanks to new inventions, such as the railroad, machines also helped farmers grow more food, which led to population growth. Additionally, farms required less labor. Many people left farms to work in cities. Cities became crowded, industries spewed out population, and diseases spread. Urban life remained grim for many Europeans until the mid-1800s. In the long run, though, the achievements of the Industrial Revolution benefited most people. Industrial advances also helped European countries grow more powerful. They developed new weapons and competed aggressively for colonies. Tensions soon led to World War I, 1914 to 1918. In World War II, 1939 to 1945, these devastating conflicts left much of Europe in ruins, with millions of people dead or homeless. A major horror of World War II was the Holocaust, the massive killing of 6 million European Jews by Germany's Nazi rulers. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union became rivals in the Cold War. This was not a war of bullets and bombs, but a struggle for the world power. Much of Western Europe allied with the United States, and most lands in Eastern Europe allied with the Communist Soviet Union. Communism is a system in which government controls the way of producing goods. A new era for Europe. In 1989, people of the Eastern Europe forced several communist governments from power and set up new democracies. A year later, East and West Germany merged to become one democratic state. Then in 1991, the Soviet Union broke apart. In 1993, several democracies in Western Europe formed the European Union. The goal of the organization, which now also includes Eastern European countries, is a united Europe. The EU allows goods and services and workers to move freely among member countries. It has also created a common EU currency called the euro. Member countries shown in Figure 2 can now trade more easily among themselves because there's no need to exchange. For example, French francs for German marks.